All right, so once again, question number 7 says continue the inventory from question number 5, and your inventory method is periodic and it's LIFO. Okay, so in this case, right, we should have had a remaining of 1,500 toys on hand, which we did because we solved it from the previous worksheet, right, for the August 31st. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at that worksheet one more time. So in this case, right, we're taking a look that we should still have the 1,200 here, and then we have 300 from this previous batch here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these numbers and we're going to transfer them over into our inventory worksheet because that is what we have on hand, okay? So question 7 here. So we're going to copy it exactly how we see it in our into our inventory on hand. So in this case, we're going to transfer in question 5, right? We're going to transfer the 1,200 units, okay, at 1210. Okay. And then we had 300 units, right? Because we have 700 minus 400 gives you 300. Okay. So 700 minus 400 should give you 300. Okay. And in this case, right, we're also going to take our numbers that we solved here. Right. We solved that it was a total of 920 minus, because we sold 525.71. So therefore, we should have a remainder of 394.29. Okay, and let's go ahead and sum up these total right here, just so then we have our inventory on hand. Okay, so equals sum. Okay, so we have a total of 1,500 at a total of 116.0429, which, let's see, was that the total amount of inventory on hand? Let's see. Inventory on hand was 15 at 16.0429. Perfect. So that is exactly where we're going to start our inventory, is this right here. Now, once again, these again were, let's see, these were $1.08. I forgot what this one was. Let's go check back in our inventory on hand, or this one. So in this case, the 700 was at $1.31428. Okay, and there we go. Okay. So of course, what I'm going to have you guys do too as well is let's go ahead and create that little table for our cost of goods, for our goods available, because in this case, right, this section, right, we're going to carry over our beginning inventory, because our beginning inventory is going to act as if it's part of the inventory that we're going to have available to sell. So in this case, I'm going to transfer all the information exactly like how I have it here. Let me see if I could just copy this. I don't think it will work. Sometimes it doesn't work. Yep, see, it didn't work. Okay, I knew it. All right, so let's go ahead and just recopy all that information here. So I got 12, I got 300, I got this, and I got this, okay, and I got 12, 10, and I got 3, 9, 4. Okay, there you go. So that's our goods available, right? Because in this case, our beginning inventory is going to be contributed as part of our goods available, right? That's what the calculation here is, right? We're going to add our net purchases in here. And we're still going to continue using the method of LIFO, okay? So let's go ahead and get started with our very first purchase, which we have here. On September 5th, we purchased a total of 650 toys at $1.65 and a freight of $25. So $650, $1.65, and $25 of freight. Okay. So $650 at $165 and freight of $25. Okay, and this is September 5th. All right, so what is my total purchase price here? $1,072.50 plus 25. $1,097. Good. Which then brings my total cost per item to be $1.6884. Okay, so let me go ahead and expand these. $1.6884. Okay. So then next thing that happened on September 10 was we end up purchasing an additional 1,000 toys at $1.80 with a freight of 40. Okay, so 7. Okay, we purchased 1,000 toys at $1.80 and a freight of 40. So in this case, the date was September 10. Okay. So what's my total purchase price here? $1,800 plus 40. $1,830. Okay, and cost per item? $1.84. Good. So from here, right, no purchase returns or allowances. So in this case, we're going to add the $650 into our batch of goods available. Okay. So $650. Okay. At $1.0688, which gives us a total cost of $97.50. Okay, $197.50. Okay. All right, let's see what happened next. Okay. Then on September 12th, you end up returning 50 defective toys for a full refund. Okay. You end up returning 50 defective toys for a full refund. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my inventory worksheet, right? Because we ended up returning a total of 50 toys. Now, in this case, at what unit price did I originally purchase these defective toys for?
$1.80.
$1.80. Okay. So therefore, what is my grand total of refund I'm going to get? $90. Okay. So here, now I originally don't have 1,000 items anymore, right? Because I end up returning some of it. So 1,000, right? I end up returning 50 of them. Okay, so I should have 950. In this case, my original purchase was for a total of $1,840. Okay, but I ended up returning $90 worth. So in this case, I should have a total of $1,750 even. Okay. So now that I have a new total cost and a new quantity, I need to resolve my cost per item because I have less in total and have less in quantity. So in this case, what is going to be my cost per item for this batch of inventory?
182, 21, 25.
1.842105. Good. Okay. So let's see what happened next. So then September 20th rolls around and you end up purchasing 500 toys at $1.85 with a freight cost of $20. 500 at $1.85 and a freight cost of $20. Okay. So we have 500 at $1.85 with a freight of $20. Okay. So what is my purchase price here?
925.
$9.25. Okay. Plus $20 freight.
525.
Okay, giving me a cost per item to be. Okay. Give me a cost of $1.89. Okay. Oh shoot, did I even start the recording? Yes, I did. Okay, good. So then, what happened next? Let's see what happened next. So then, on the 22nd of September, okay, 22nd September, you end up returning 100 of those toys because they were the wrong color. So you get it for, and you didn't want to accept it. So you end up getting a full refund for these returns. Okay. So you returned 100 toys the wrong color and you demanded for a full refund. Okay. Right? So in this case, right, we're going to go ahead and go to our table. Okay. We demanded a full refund for 100 toys. Okay. Now, at what unit price did I originally purchase this batch of inventory for?
$185.
Okay. So then that brings me a total refund for
185.
185. So then now once again I need to update my inventory because now I no longer have 500 items, right? Because I end up returning 100 of them. Okay. And because I end up returning 100 of them, right? I'm no longer charged $945. Okay? Because I got a refund for $180, $85. So therefore, I should be charged $760. Okay? So once again, new quantity, new cost. All right? So what's going to be my cost per item now? So it's going to be $1.90. Oh. All right. So then last but not least, okay, on September 25th, you end up purchasing an additional 100 toys at $1.75 with the freight costing you $5. Okay, so September 25th, purchase 100 toys at $1.75 with the freight costing you $5. Okay. So it is September 25th. You purchased 100 toys at $1.75. Okay. which should bring you $5 freight, which should give you 180, right? So what's my cost per item here going to be? It's going to be $1.80 because we know, right, at the end of the month, on September 30th, you should have a total of 750 toys left on hand. Okay, so therefore, we're going to carry that last 100 over in our batch of inventory. Okay, carry the 100 over at $1.80. Okay, or $1.80, which should be a total of 180. We're going to carry that over to our goods available. Okay, and we know that our ending balance or ending quantity is going to be a total of 750 items left in my inventory on hand. Okay, that should be the amount that I should have left at the end of selling all my inventory items. Okay. So now once we reach the end, we need to solve up our equal totals of our purchases. Okay. So in this case, right, we're going to go ahead and equal sum this. So what was the total amount of my original purchases? How many items did I originally purchase? $22.50. Okay. What was my total purchase price? Good. How much is my freight? 90. And what was my total cost? $4,062.50. Okay. Let's also go ahead and tally up our totals for the goods available as well as my returns and allowances. Okay. So what is my total goods available? 3,600. And the total cost of that? Okay. What was my total cost? I'm sorry, what was my total returns and allowances? So this case I returned a total of 150 items. What was my total cost of returning? What was my total refund I got?
$275.
$275. Okay, good. So once again, let's go ahead and plug our numbers in. Okay, so quantity, we originally started with 2,250 items that we purchased at $3,972.50. We end up returning 150 of those items, okay, at a total cost of $275. Okay, so then that should leave me with 2,100 items at a total of 4,000. Oops, I'm supposed to say subtract. At a total of $3,697.50. Okay. Of course, freight adds nothing to quantity, but it adds $90 to my total cost. So let's go ahead and calculate my total net purchases. What is my total cost of my net purchases?
2,787.5.
Good, okay. Okay. We have beginning inventory, right? We started out with 1,500 units at a total cost of 1604.29, right, from our previous worksheet. We're going to carry our net purchases down. Okay, so what is my total goods available? $3,600 at a total cost of $5,391.79. Good. So now our goods available match. Okay. So once again, we know that we have a total of 750 units remaining. Okay. And in this case, right, how many items did I sell? We sold 2,850 units. Okay. So let's go ahead and make this column into our cost of goods sold. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to add an extra row. And we're going to go ahead and figure out what our total sums are. Okay. So in this case, equals sum, right? Oops, wrong column. So equals sum. So we have a running balance of our inventory items, okay? So now, right, we're going to apply exactly what we were supposed to cost out for, which is LIFO, right? That was the conclusion, that LIFO is what we're going to be calculating. So in this case, right, let's go ahead and solve for our total cost of goods sold, which is to sell a total of 2,850 units. So in this case, out of my batches of inventory, which inventory item are we going to sell first? We're doing LIFO, correct.
For 100?
We're going to sell the last one, which was the purchase on September 25th. Okay, we're going to sell that one first. And because we're selling a total 2,850 units, this one's going to be automatically eliminated, the whole thing. Okay. Okay, which batch are we going to be selling next?
For 400.
Yep, we're going to get rid of the whole thing because it's only 400. Okay. Which we know to be a total of 760. So now we sold 500. We need 2,300 more. 350. So let's go ahead and keep selling. So what's the next batch of inventory? $950 at a total cost of, right? We're going to take the whole batch. Okay. So now we have a total of $14.50. We have to keep selling some more. So which next batch of inventory are we going to be selling next?
$650.
650. Okay. In this case, right, that gives us 2,100. So we're going to sell the whole thing of the 650. Okay. And okay. So now we need to sell how much more? 650? No, we need to sell 750 more. Okay. So in this case, what's our next batch of inventory we're going to sell?
300.
We're going to sell 300. So we're going to get rid of this entire batch of inventory right here. Okay. Okay. Now we're at 2,400. Okay. And we need to get to 2,850. So how many more items do we need to sell?
450.
450. Okay. So in this case, there's only one batch of inventory left, right? It's just our 1,200 left, which we know each item is going to cost me $1 and 0.8333 cents. So in this case, let's go ahead and do our equal round formula once again. 450 times the $1 and 83333, comma, 2 decimal places. So in this case, what's my total that I'm going to sell for the 450 items?
458.749.
0.749, so that'll go 75. Okay. So there you go. That's the total amount that I'm going to sell, which is a total of $4,635.54. So therefore, what is going to be my ending inventory? $756.21. Okay. Now, if this helps you to go ahead and do this, what you can do is instead of your goods available section, instead of creating this right here, if you want to save some extra space or instead of creating another table, you can actually start eliminating it once you get there. So then you get to your ending balance. So then you know how much your ending balance is, right? So that's another way that you could have done it as well, right? If you noted eliminate, you just get rid of each one until you get your ending balance amount. Okay? That's just another way that you could do that, right? So there we are. We solved for our inventory worksheet. So let's go ahead and plug our numbers in to solve for our conversion entry, okay? Which I've mentioned is going to look identical to question 4, okay? Because we have beginning inventory, right? So we're going to recognize ending inventory, beginning inventory, our cost of goods sold, our purchase returns and allowances, our purchases, and yes, So we're on question 8. Okay, we're going to paste that in here because we are now on September 30th. Okay. So in this case, let's go ahead and plug our numbers in here. Okay, so first number that we're going to plug in is going to be your ending inventory. So what was the total cost of my ending inventory? $756.25. Okay. What was my total cost of goods sold? Good. What was my total purchase returns and allowances?
275.
$275. Okay, good. What was my total purchases? Original purchases?
3,975.5.
Mm-hmm. And then what was my total returns? Oops, what happened? Okay, what was my total return? What was my total freight?
90.
Right, $90. Okay, let me copy that. And then last but not least, what was my total beginning inventory balance?
1,604 and
29 cents.
29 cents.
Good. So just to double check your work here, I got 5,666.79 on the left, and I got 5,666.79 on the right. Okay. Awesome. Okay. All right, let's carry on in the next 20 minutes to do the next scenario here. So, question that was 8, right? So question number 9, okay? So now once again, we're going to start a new inventory worksheet over again. So your inventory method is periodic and it's weighted average. Assume that all purchases were made on an account and round to the nearest penny. So again, we're starting over from scratch, so we're not carrying over from the previous one. We're going to start over from scratch. So on October 5th, we purchased a total of 800 toys at $1 each, with a freight costing $45. Okay. So once again, question number 9. Okay. So once again, this was going to be the easier one. Okay. So it is October 5th. We purchased 800 at $1 each with a freight of 45, I believe. Let's go back. Okay. So October 5th, we purchased 800 toys at $1 with a freight costing 45. Okay. So what's my purchase price here? 800 plus 45. 845. Right? And in this case, we are doing weighted average. So does it matter if we calculate our cost per item? Okay. Okay.
Question or is both? Also, you calculated.
You could calculate for practice purposes, but in this case, we don't care because we're gonna total up our total batches
Yep.
and then solve for our average cost per item because we're working with weighted average. So again, that's practice purposes only, but you do not need to calculate your cost per item because we don't care what batch came first or which we don't care what batch came last. Okay. So there you go. All right. So next piece of information we have here is going to be that on October 7th, you end up returning 50 broken toys for a full refund. Okay, so we end up returning 50 broken toys. Okay. 50 toys, we're going to get a refund. At what unit price did I purchase these items for?
$1.
$1. So in this case, my returns are going to be
$50.
it's going to be $50. Okay. Now, here's where I'm going to tell you that this is where we're going to save a lot of time. Since we don't care about what batches came first and what batches came last, we don't need to update our inventory at all because at the end of the given period, we're going to tally up all of our purchases, we're going to tally up all of our returns, and we're going to figure out what the goods available are. And then from there, we're going to take our goods available to figure out our average cost per item. So in this case, I don't need to do anything here because I'm not keeping track of which batch came from which or which batch am I refunding from which batch. Okay? All right? Or in this case, I'm not keeping track of which batch came first. So in this case, I don't need to create that little table for the goods available anymore. I could just go ahead and move on to the next one.
You don't need to subtract the amount that you return?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter. Because when we buy the next purchase of inventory, we're just going to add it all together anyway. So you know you do not need to subtract it out. Okay. You do for if you do your if you're going to pay for this bill, then yes, you do need to keep track of that. But in this case, we're just looking at inventory. So because we're doing a weighted average, it's going to be so much more easier to just not have to focus about that part, right? Because you don't need to keep track of what came first and what came last. Okay. So in this case, we purchased an additional 550 toys at $1.25 with a freight of 50. So 550, $1.25, and 30. $5.50, $1.25 with a freight of 30. Okay. So then, what is my total purchase price here? $6K plus 30. $717.50, and we don't need to solve for our cost per item because it doesn't even matter. So then next on October 15, we end up purchasing an additional 1050 toys at $1.50, okay, with a freight costing 50. Okay. So let's go ahead and add that in there. So what is this, 1015? Okay. 1015. Okay. We purchase 1,050 at $1.50 with a freight of 50. So in this case, what is my total purchase price here? $15.75 plus 50. All right. Then October 15, October 18, we end up returning 150 toys because they were the wrong model. And because they sent us the wrong model, the vendor convinced us to keep the items, but this time they're going to discount us for 25% because it's not the color that's wrong, it's a completely different model. Okay? So they're going to give us 25% discount off of these. Okay? However, it could be a limited edition item that you could sell at your store, right? You could make use of it. So 150 of those toys were the wrong color and you're willing to accept a 25% discount. Okay? 150 toys. Okay? So in this case, right, did we make a return? No. Okay? However, how much did each item cost me? $1.50, right? And we're attempting to, get a 25% discount off of 150 of them. Okay? So again, 25% discount. So what's my total amount that I'm going to get a refund for?
$56.25.
$56.25. Okay. So then on October 20th, we end up purchasing another 300 toys at $1.75 with a freight of 15. 300, $1.75, and 15. Okay. So you purchased 300 at $1.75 with a freight of 15. Okay, and this was on October 20th. Okay. So what's my total purchases here?
535.
525. And what was my total cost?
540.
540. All right. Then, lastly, on October 25th, you end up returning 50 defective toys for a full refund. So, 50 of those toys are going to be returned for a full refund. Okay. So, we got 50 toys. Okay. Now, at what cost was each item? $1.75. Bringing our full refund to be $87.50. Okay. Last but not least, on October 31st, you have a total of 1,200 toys on hand. Okay. So 1,200 toys on hand. So I'm going to go ahead and fill that in right there. So ending balance is 1,200 items. Okay. So let's go ahead and total up our our purchases. So in this case, how many items did I purchase in grand total? $2,700. Okay. What was my total purchase price? $37.87.50. Okay. 30. Oh, you said 27, right? Okay. What was the total freight?
140.
140, bringing me a total cost of $37.27.50. I'm also gonna go ahead and equal sum up my total returns and allowances, right? So in this case, how many items did I return? 100. At what total cost?
$196.
Good. So now let's go ahead and solve for our table here. So we originally purchased, what was that?
No, nothing.
Okay, we originally purchased 2,700 items, right? At a total of 3,587.50. We end up returning 100 of those items, okay? To then for a total of 193.75 refund. So in this case, we should have a total of 2,600 items at a total of $3,393.75. Okay. Once again, freight does nothing to quantity, but we're going to add the total of 140. Okay. To bring my total net purchases to be $3,533.75. Okay. So as we know, right, that if we don't, we're assuming we have no beginning inventory. So that means our net purchases is going to be equivalent to our goods available. Okay. Now this is where we're going to calculate our average cost per item, because in this case, even if we were to place it here, our goods available, right? Our goods available. It doesn't matter whether we kept track of which items came from which batch, because at the end of the day, they're all going to be equal to, or they're all going to be added up together anyways. Okay. So in this case, even if we took 800 and we minus 50, that's 750, right? And then the 1050 be minus 50, or the sorry, we 300 minus 50 gives you 250. At the end of the day, you're still going to get a total quantity of 2,600. Okay? And at the end of the day, you're also going to get a total cost of your $3,533.75 at the end of the day. It's always going to be all equal. So here, we could go ahead and solve for, right? We have a total cost of $3,533.75 and a total cost, a total quantity of 2,600. So here, I'm going to go ahead and just solve for my average cost per item. So in this case, what is my total average cost per item? Okay. All right. So now that we're given that at the end of the day, at the end of the month, you should have a total of 1,200 units. Okay. So that means how many items did I sell? 1,400. So in this case, this is the easy part, right? I'm going to take my 1,400, right? I'm going to take my average cost per item of $1,359,136, right? And I'm going to solve for my total cost of goods sold, okay? And that total cost is going to be
$1,902.79.
Good. So then, since we have 1,902.79, what is going to be my total ending inventory?
1,630.96.
Good. And that's it. So that's the thing about weighted average. It's so much quicker and so much easier because at the end of the day, you don't care what batch came first and you don't care what batch came last, right? All you care is just getting up your total goods available and you solve for your average cost here. And then there you go. You take your average cost, you calculate it by either or ending inventory or cost of goods sold to get your total cost there. And therefore, everything else is easy from there. Okay. So, once again, we're going to go ahead and complete our our conversion entry. Okay. Copy. Okay, so we're on question 10. Okay. We're going to paste that in here, okay, because we know that we're going to complete this at the end of September. So in this case, October. So October 31st, okay. What was my ending balance in my ending inventory? Good. What was the cost of my goods sold? $1902.79. What was my total returns and allowances? Okay. What was my total original purchases? Okay. And what was my total freight? Good. So then, last but not least, do your equal sum to ensure the accuracy of your counting. So here I got 3,727.50 on the left, 3,727.50 on the right. Okay, so let's go ahead and complete the very, 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 very last inventory worksheet, which once again, question 11 is a continuation of the problem from above, from question number 9. Okay, once again, your inventory method is going to be periodic and it is weighted average. Okay. So in this case, right, on October 31st, you had a total of 1,200 toys on hand, which we know because we solved it to be a total of 1630.96. So here's the easy part, right? Since we have this lump sum number right here, all we got to do is just transfer that amount into my inventory on hand. So I got 1,200 units, okay, at a total cost of $1630.96. Okay? That's it. You don't need to separate it, right? You just get your totals there, right? So that means that will give me a total of 1,200 units, okay, at a total of your 1630.96. Okay. That's it for your beginning inventory. Okay. So then let's go ahead and plug in the rest of this scenario. So then on November 5th, okay, you purchased a total 600 toys at $1.65 with a freight of 25. 600, 165, and $1.25 for freight. So 600, $1.25 with a freight of, I think it was $1.65 with a freight of 25. Okay. Purchase 600 toys at $1.65 with a freight of 25. Okay. Oops. There we go. So what is going to be my total purchase price here? $600. Is it 600 or 500? 600 at $1.65. $600 times $1.65 is $9.90. Good. Plus 25. 1,015. Okay. Then November 7, you end up returning 100 broken toys for a full refund. Okay. You only have one batch of inventory, so at what cost per item was each item you purchased? Okay, which then brings you a total refund of $165. Okay. Then on November 10, you purchased 700 units at $1.80 with a freight cost of $40. So 700 at $1.80. 700 at $1.80 with a freight cost of $40. $700, $1.80, freight cost of $40. Okay. So then, right, this is November 10. What is my total purchase price here?
$1,260.
Plus 40 gives me a total of
1,300.
1,300. Good. Then on November 20th, right, we end up purchasing another 500 toys at $1.85 with a freight of 25. So 500 at 85 with a freight of 25. So here, okay, 500, $1.85 with a freight of 25. Okay, and this was on November 20. So in this case, what was my total purchase price here? $925. Okay. Plus 950. Good. So then on November 21st, okay, we ended up returning 50 of the toys. They were the wrong color and is willing to accept a 20% discount. Okay. So then again, you return 50 toys, the wrong color, and willing to accept a 20% discount. Okay. So Let's go to our inventory worksheet here. Okay. Did we end up returning anything?
No.
No. But at what cost?
185.
185. And in this case, I forgot what the number was. We are returning a total of 50 toys. Okay. So we're returning a total of 50 toys at $1.85 and willing to accept a 20% discount. So what amount?
$50.
Yes, $18.50. All right. Last but not least, on November 25th, we end up purchasing another 100 toys at $1.75 with a freight of $5. Okay, so let's see. Here we are. We purchase another 100 items at $1.75 with a freight of $5. So this was on November 25th. So in this case, what's my total purchase price? $175 plus 5. 180. Okay. All right. Last but not least, okay, on November 30th, you have a total of 600 toys on hand. So go to your inventory worksheet. We have a total of 600 units left in inventory. Okay. So once again, let's go ahead and tally up our totals. Okay, so equals sum. How many items did we purchase in grand total?
$1,900.
1,900. At what total purchase price? $33.50. Okay. What was my total freight? 95, bringing me my total cost to be 34.45. Good. Okay. And let's also go ahead and equal sum of my total returns. Okay, so in this case, how many items did I return in grand total? A 100. Okay, at what total cost? What was my total refund amount? 183.50. Good. So let's go ahead and plug in our numbers once again. Okay, so we purchased a total of 1,900 units. Okay, at a total of $3,350. We end up returning 100 of those items at a total of 183.50. Excuse me. So therefore, I only have 1,800 items originally purchased. Okay. At a total cost of $3,166.50. Okay. Once again, freight gives me nothing to my quantity, but I have to add $95. Okay. Bringing my total cost for 1,800 items to be a total of $3,261.50. Okay. Now we do have beginning inventory, right? Because we carried it from our previous worksheet. We had a total of 1,200 units, okay, equaling a total of $1,630.96. Okay. We're going to carry our net purchases down, okay, to get a grand total goods available to be
3,000.
3,000, okay? So then we got a grand total of goods available to be total cost
4,892 and 46 cents.
correct, okay? So therefore, I'm going to go ahead and calculate my goods available here, okay? So we have, once again, hold on, I think I hit the wrong one. So we have a total of 3,000 items at a total of 4,892.46. So what is my average cost per item going to be? $1.63, okay, or $1.663082. Okay. So if we have 3,000 items available to sell, and we ended up with 600, how many items did we sell in grand total? $2,400. So once again, we're going to solve for our cost of goods sold, okay, for 2,400. So therefore, costing at $1.6308. So what is going to be my total cost of goods sold? $968, round up to 97. Okay. So therefore, what should be my total ending inventory cost?
$978.49.
Excellent. 97849. Okay. So there we have it. We solved for our inventory worksheet. So last thing that we have left to do on our list is to journalize the transaction. Okay, and this time we had beginning inventory. All right, so question 12. Okay. Okay. So this is for November 30th. Okay. So now let's go ahead and add or plug in our numbers. So what was the total cost of my ending inventory? Good. My total cost of goods sold.
$39.1397.
Good. My total returns and allowances. Okay. My total original purchases.
33.50.
My total freight.
95.
And last but not least, my total beginning inventory.
1630.96.
Good. So let's go ahead and tally up those totals. Right. I got 5,075.96 on the left. Or 5,075.96 on the right. Okay. And that is the Chapter 5 review exercises. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Okay. So Isabel, to answer your question that you had before, right? So notice this, when we journalize, everything's identical, right? The only difference between the journals and what costing methods you use is going to be the difference, like when you the value. So your debits and your credits are going to be different every single time because what you're doing is you're calculating a different number, okay, to keep track of your inventory. So the journals are all going to look identical. The only difference is when you calculate your cost of goods sold, it's going to be different. Your ending balance is obviously going to be different. Your beginning balance is going to be different. But the journals all going to stay the same. Okay. Any other extra questions?